of you that don't know this man, he is a Frank Warren fighter. 7 fights, 5 KOs. He is making waves in the light heavyweight division. He is absolutely bossing it. And the fans want to see this man in against Ben Whittaker. They're on a collision course, and we will be asking him all about this. So first and foremost, big man, why the cannon? Why is the name the cannon?
You see the way this right hand comes out sometimes. It's a bit scary at times. It comes out like a cannon. It was my first fight. My boys were shouting out the cannon. Yo, that was a cannon. Came out like a cannon. And then that's all it was as well, man. And then it just kind of stuck with me. So now in my head, I'm saying, yeah, man, I'm gonna show them the cannon.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. I wish I had as exciting a story as that. I was called the Gunman because when I was boxing, I was a black kid living in Surrey and I needed a dangerous name. And I was like, it's got to rhyme with my surname Graham, so Gunman Graham. It wasn't a gun anywhere near Wallington where I was from.
But it makes sense, man. I hear it.
Exactly.
I hear it.
You got to strike a bit of fear into the opponent, didn't you?
Man, no doubt.
Absolutely. So yeah, look, my first question actually is: experts in boxing will tell us boxing is a young man's game, but actually that's a load of rubbish. There's no evidence to suggest that. All the best fighters in the world at the moment: Lomachenko, Beterbiev, Usyk, Bivol, Canelo. The list can go on. You know, Terence Crawford, Spence Jr., they're all deep into their 30s. So my first question is, you're 29, I believe.
Yeah.
My first question is, are you ready to take your guys in your division, the top boys in your division now? Or do you feel you need to wait till they all fade out and then start your takeover?
No, man, I don't need to wait for them to fade out. I'm livening up right now, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting better. So I don't watch what other people do and how they perform and what they're doing. I just need to make sure I take care of myself. Like you said, I'm 29 now, so I'm coming into my prime physically. So you hit your prime 29, 30, 31, 32. And if you see the world champions of current day, some of them are a bit of an anomaly, like Bertie Baby's a bit on the older side, but he's still got it.
Yeah.
You see the Tyson Furies, the AJs and whatever. They're all around the ages that I was saying. So again, I don't look at the age. I started boxing. My first fight was when I was 19. So I've been in this really 10 years deep. Yeah. So if anything, late. And I used to worry about like fighting these guys on paper who's been fighting, I don't know, man, since they've been like 8 years old, and or their dad or their uncle was a champion and they brought them through. And I'm thinking, no, this is going to be crazy. But then I went in there and I performed. So I was like, what, this experience thing, yeah, of course, is a big factor in anything. But see when he's jumping out that ring and there's another man against him, man, but that doesn't mean anything. Experience can mean a lot. It depends how you execute it. But then it's your heart, your determination, your will. Yeah. All these play the factor on who's gonna win. So I don't watch none of these guys, and whoever's fading out's fading out. But I'm going through. That's all I do know.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, experience seems to be the key. Like I was saying, all these champions are really deep in they're all 30 plus. Even like you just look at your division, Yard, Buatsi, even Aziz is 34. You know, like they're all like everyone in return sets a young man's game, but it really isn't. But you know, you're coming up behind them. You're looking absolutely strong. Some of your fights so far have been so impressive, and we'll come on to that. But were you a naughty boy at school?
Hey, what a question, you throw me with that one. Yeah, kind of. I wasn't the best behaved. I had too much energy, man. Yeah. I didn't know I had too much energy. I'm not the type of person to, probably now I am anyway, because I've got a bit more patience, you know, from boxing. But like, be down in the classroom and tell me what I need to do and etc. Like, I'm not hearing it, man. Let me figure it out. Let me go do my thing. And then, you know, if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. That's how I learn in life, innit? You make mistakes and you learn like that. Not from for me anyway. Like from a teacher telling me what to do, I was already tuned out, man. I'll go try to talk to the girl over there or throw a pencil at my friend or something. I'd rather. So yeah, man.
That's nice. Yeah. Were you a good street fighter?
Do you know what? Sounds mad. And you know what? I proper want to say that, yeah, man, anyone that I jumped on and had a fight with, I was mashed up. I didn't have no fights, bro. I was fight. I was skinny. I was good with my mouth.
Yeah.
I could talk my way. I could talk myself into it, but I could talk myself out of it as well.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
A big facade, man. A big facade. If anybody tested me back then, I would have been finished, bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
But boxing teaches that patience, like you said, because you know now that you can just bad man up. So, it teaches you that there's some drunk idiot that's giving me a mouth, but you know not to even bother in that encounter. Exactly. Were you born to fight, or did you learn to fight?
Ooh, that's a good question. Was I born to fight? I like to say so now because in my head I can't see me doing anything other than this. But was I born for it? No, I wouldn't say so. Like I didn't come out of the womb like, yeah, I'm gonna be a fighter. Like I haven't got any family or even friends who pursue a fighting career, anything to do with that. So not really. I'm a bit of an anomaly myself.
That's interesting. That's really interesting.
So no, was I born for it? No, but I'm happy that I fell into it and it came onto me, and then now
and then you've learned your skill set.
You sort of put it down and you really start to understand yourself and what you really want. Like in my head now, if I wanted to, I could get into anything and be great at it if I wanted to. But this is what I'm sticking at right now. So I don't know if I want it, but
were you playing any other sports then before boxing, or boxing was your main?
I was whack at all sports. I couldn't. I had 2 left feet. My footwork's good, but I couldn't hoop. I couldn't tennis. Dead. Anything you could think of, I wasn't great at. It is wild. It's wild to think because if you look at me now, I could look at myself and look like I'm an athlete. I probably can translate it all into to whatever I do, whatever sport. I probably am good at sport now, but back then, no chance. No chance.
Yeah, unbelievable. So your fight style, for someone who hasn't seen you fight before, how would you describe your fight style?
I don't know, how can I don't even know. I grew up on when I was getting into boxing, obviously I was trying to do my research on who's the best and whatever. At the time, Andre Ward was still doing his thing.
What a fight.
Like him, I wanted to be technical like him because he dispatches their opponents. And then you got the flamboyance of Roy Jones. Yeah. And I was like, I want to be like him. So now I kind of honed them both together. I've got my own style now. I don't feel I've got a style like anyone else's. I can't even compare it. If I wanted to do the flashy and the flary thing, I can do that. If I wanted to run a ring, I can do that. If I want to fight, I can do that too. But yeah, man, I feel like I've just got a bag of tricks, man. I can't even put a pin down. Probably give me 4 more fights, then we can see what type of style I have. Yeah. But each I come against different opponents. I have to bring out a different game of me. So then that could bring, sometimes I may be aggressive. My next fight, I'm looking to be aggressive. I'm looking to knock out my opponent. So you may see different type of element of what I can do.
I would say, if I was describing you to someone who hadn't seen you, I'd say you long guard. You can come in with a tight guard, really good feet, move, really good in and out feet. But usually you try and put the pressure on. I'm not seeing you really too much on the back foot. You're normally looking to hunt down and kill. You're a seek and destroyer, I would say.
That's what I like to do. I enjoy that. You know what I'm saying?
Cannon.
That's the spirit. The cannon.
Cannon.
I'm trying to stalk them, trying to land it. And when it goes, boom. You know what I'm saying? That's what I need to hone in a bit more on. But yeah, man, that's what I can do. But I'm versatile. If I need to be on the back foot, I can be. But I'm calm at all times.
You're always calm. Yeah, I love that. I absolutely love that. And for a big guy, you move so well. Especially when you're rolling under your shots. For a big guy, I think you move exceptionally well.
Thank you.
Yeah, no. But another shot that I like of yours, I really love of yours actually, is the jab to the body. Now, the jab to the body is such an underrated punch. It's probably the last punch. If you was in a pub and you're having a street fight, you don't ever think to jab to the body.
Okay.
But your jab to the body is powerful and it really zaps your opponent. Yeah. Is that something you picked up off another fight, or is this one of your favourite traits?
Oh, it's just a part of my whole air of breaking my opponent down. You know what I'm saying? It's not about head. A lot of people do that. I think in this day and age as well, they headhunt. Yeah. But me personally, the harder shots or the most painful shots are the ones that go to the body, I
True
believe.
that.
And you know what it is, when you're mixing up, when you go into the head, then you go into the body, and you go into the side, and I like to mix it up. I'm not a linear boxer. I'm not like these guys. So, like you said, the jab to the body, it's a hard shot to land as well, to be fair. But and it's a risky one as well, because you get in and out of range.
You've got to get out, you got to get out without taking a look.
You have to have good feel, or you can get counted. But it's a good shot for me. I enjoy it because it's like that's the setup. If I can land it to the body, that means I can land the cannon to their head at some point. So it's like, all right, cool. Like levels to it. Like, boom, I'm hitting him there. I'm hitting him there. I can hit him. Then, all right, I'll go to the head. I'll go to the head. I'll go to the body again. I'll go to the body. I'll fake the body. Then I'll go on top. You know what I'm saying? Fight as much as possible. But yeah, man, the jab to the body is good. And you know when you hear them like, huh, that's when you know the good jab.
That's when you know the cannon's landed.
That's when you know something else is coming. 100%.
Oh no, sorry, the cannon will be following up.
Yeah, 100%. This can be the cannon as well, you know. Don't underestimate the jab. The jab can be the.
You can't underestimate the jab. You can brock up a man on a jab alone, you know. You can do some serious damage.
100%.
In terms of your KO power, you look like you hit hard with both hands, and I would certainly not like to be on the end of them. Is there a secret to the knockout power? Is it timing? Are you born with it? Is it rotation? What is it?
I feel like it's down to technique and timing. I don't really think, me personally, with my humility, I don't think I was born like a heavy-handed fighter. Saying like this, being able to hit hard and then it's being heavy-handed. Heavy-handed is like you can hit someone, like they can hit you with no technique and it hurts. Yeah. But if you hit hard, then that means that you got a good technique. You're good technique, bro. Me, I'm probably the latter. Like I'm that person. Like I practice my technique a lot. When I throw my right hand, when I throw my shots, everything's technically sound. So that's how, if anything, that's where my power will come from. And it's timing as well. I look for the right from my shot, because again, you can still knock someone down with a jab if you throw it in the right way. Yeah. Again, it's the timing and how you throw it. So I would say like I'm more of a I contain more power when it comes to techniques, the technique side of things. I'm not super heavy-handed, but I'm saying that and I'm mashing people up. So what can I say?
Can you train your hands to get them heheavy-handed? Could you make yourself heavy-handed? Is it possible, or is it?
Yeah, one time
it is what it is.
I went and got some petrol and some sand, and I was putting my hand in it, trying to grit out my hand. I was trying to make my hands solid because and my coach Ray, he's a karate champion, but if you see his hands, his hands they're coming like Brillo pads. I don't know why they look. He was telling me that he used to go and you'll be hitting the wall or whatever. You'll be hitting these other, I don't know, instruments what make his hands tougher. But in my head, I'm thinking, I'm not doing that, bro. But I'm gonna find a way around it. So like I know that people use sand, like put sand in a bucket, and then they're using it to strengthen up the wrist. Or some people probably douse their hands in petrol, bro. So many. I said, you know what? Let me just make sure that I can punch right first, and then that's all it takes. Because all it takes is what, 9 pounds of pressure. Knock someone out. So
that's what they say. I don't know if you've seen like the heaviest handed fighter in world boxing at the moment, and we can't argue this because of his record, is Artur Beterbiev. And I don't know if you've seen any clips of him training, and he's doing sit-ups like this and off his fingers. He's got a bar and he's rotating it.
Yeah, and, wow.
You know, and I've had I'm not massively into bare knuckle, but I like to explore. And I've had a really top bare knuckle fighter on here a couple of weeks ago, who's hitting I think it's called a Makalele board or something like that. Okay. It's like a board, and you punch this board to get your hands like shovels. Yeah. So, but mate, that doesn't sound too appealing to me.
Anything you can do to get a little percentage, and that, especially that's a whole. Yeah. But you know, boxing. Hopefully, you should get your hands wrapped properly, and then you go out and fight. But you know, when you're doing 10 and 12 rounds, like you gotta have some type of like fortitude in your fist to be able to go through that. You know what I'm saying? So, but all I know is my hands are good enough now, and God willing, this.
Let's talk about your training, okay? Let's talk about your training. And there's one thing all the fans want to know. The big question the fans want to know is how do I get a chest like that? How do I get a chest like that?
I can't like you got me with that one. How do you get a chest like that?
Look at it. I mean, I've not even started on the app.
Oh shoot! Damn.
I've not even got me started. You haven't even got me started on the abs, but I mean, it's an incredible physique, and I'm not even like. Listen, the back, your back muscles, like strong from the shoulders. You know, it's all the makeups of a top fighter. You know, do you do a lot of work on your neck and shoulders and back? And what is it? What's the secret?
I've done a lot of that. To be fair, I've done everything you probably could think of. To doing the neck exercises like Mike Tyson and doing Burter beads, and I've been trying out everything, man. But you know what? All I do now is train boxing. I do my S&C here, but I just train boxing because you know when you're punching and you're really in it, but you're working whole body. S&C you can go and you can do like an isolated part. Yeah, let me do my back or whatever. But you see when you're punching and you're fighting, you're using everything. So that is what you're seeing with my chest and my shoulders and whatever is because I work everything, especially the way I fight as well. Yeah. I'm not just standing there front shots. I have to move, I have to rotate and do so many things, and my body's under mad duress at all times. And I train twice a day minimum. So that on its own just comes with, I guess, the physique that I have.
Yeah, and your whole strength and conditioning. So anyone who's on the live, pop in some questions and I'll ask Ezra any good questions. One guy's written, I think his name's Jad's Abs 1. Man, flip the camera, you know, he's written. I like that, man. So anyone who wants to ask some questions, pop them in. We'll ask Ezra the good ones. So they're not just all my questions. Feel free to pop them in. If you're not following me, follow me as well. Loads of good interviews coming up. So what we're going to do, we're going to look into your training. Now, I absolutely love this. I'm going to flip the camera, you know, as he said.
I know.
But I absolutely love this. I mean, I've done these before when I've trained. Bear crawls, we call them, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, look at the state of that. No wonder you got a back like that. But that is brutal. Like, that isn't that? It's so painful that it looks easy, but it's not easy. That is it.
No, it's not, man. It's difficult because you see what it is. You have to. It's the control. You start having to use your little muscles and your fibers to have the balance. Because that look, you see how it's kind of slipping off at that, right?
Oh, that is like, really difficult. Mad. That is.
It's mad. So little things like that is it helps with your stability. A lot of things, man. There's so many things that can make you a good boxer or a better boxer, and I feel like a lot of factors of it. And me, I just try and just find the best way for myself. I don't look at what other people do too tough. I feel like I just go with what my body enjoys. So like me, I like roller skating. That's a form of cardio. That's a form of balance. That helps me with my footwork in the ring as well. And obviously it's entertainment and enjoyment. Like, I enjoy it too. But then if you see Floyd Mayweather does the same thing, Usher does, and these are great movers that they move.
Great movers, right?
So that anything I can incorporate, I do Pilates, reformer Pilates, a lot of things that probably is out of the box that's not conventional. Is that what I try to do? Because I'm not a conventional boxer. So
we've got someone asking. You're certainly not conventional, and I think that's what makes you so brilliant in your own right. We've got someone asking, what's your meal plan? So you can just kind of just swiftly go into it. You know, don't have to get too deep into it. Is it like no carbs or no sugar?
I don't really look at the calories and that. I was speaking to someone today actually when I was in the sauna, and there's like, oh, you must have a lot of calories and 1,000 calories and whatever else. Like, I don't really look at that too much. Like, I'm very in sync with my body. I'm very in tune with it. Whatever I want, I have, in a sense. I crave a lot of fruit. I have a lot of fruit in my diet. I have veg in my diet. I have a lot of juices. Every every morning I see Nando's. Joe Kitchen said Nando's. Nando's.
So you don't have to wake up, Ez?
Wake up, of course, yeah. Wake up.
Like not too much, though, you know? Or...
Because I live the lifestyle, so I'm not a crazy weight as like I don't drop a mad weight to try and get to my weight. I'm all right with that. But again, there's science behind it now. Like, I have a team who sort that out for me as well, because I got focused fighting. So yeah, but I incorporate a lot of fruit. Like, I eat a lot of fruit. I do fruit fasts now on the weekends to reset my body, my digestive system. Like, trust me, I have to get real in depth with with my body, because that's what I use every day, right? I need to have that flying at all times.
Yeah.
So yeah, that I have juices, a lot of fruit, a lot of veg, and just chicken and fish. Simple.
Oh, nice. So well, that's good. It's all good food, that is. We've got Tony Harris, boxing coach, saying, how many times a week do you run?
Ooh, how many times do I run? I'll probably say like twice or 3 times a week, but it depends.
Yeah.
It varies. Like I just run just now. If you see my story.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. I thought you better run quick and get back here for this interview.
The time I can fit a cheeky one in, but yeah, I went for like we call it active recovery. It's nothing too strenuous. It's not gonna make you tomorrow, but it helps you with your recovery throughout the night. So I went and I did that. Then obviously I got a hard training session tomorrow. Then I'll do hill runs with my boy Snoops, which is and for the people from Nottingham, if you're here, we do Winchester Street, which is like the steepest hill known to man, to me anyway. Then I'll do that as well to like hit different type of I guess muscles in my legs, because it's not really cardio, it's your legs, and then it's your mental go for it as well.
How long are those sprints in time? Like 30 seconds or a minute?
It's all like probably like it's a 2-minute hill.
Oh.
You're running up there for 2, and it's in the incline is so.
And you're sprinting.
Then you well, you sprint as much as possible, like as much as physically as possible, because when you're on a crazy incline, it's so hard to sprint up that anyway. So and then we've got something around the corner where we do the sprints, but it starts from like that, and you just run up.
Yeah.
So
that's amazing. That's amazing. Oh, mate, 2-minute hill sprints. Jesus.
Crazy, right? Madness. But only just to get, I don't know, 0.5% fitness in what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I think about how many times you have to repeat it. It's mad.
Yeah, but it gets your heart rate up and gets it used to being at such a high rate that when you're in a fight, it becomes easy to you, doesn't it? So let's just talk about your team. So where did you first start boxing? Who's your coaching team currently?
So I started at Bilborough Boxing Club, and I'm still there now. I still pop in there now and again.
In Nottingham?
Yeah, Nottingham. Sorry, yeah. So I'm from Nottingham.
Yeah.
I started with my coach. He's still with me now, Ray Ricketts, Rainford. Great coach. Like I said to you before, he's I think he's like a world champion. He's a world champion karate expert. He's been mashing man up from way back before I was a 4. People on the so yeah, Bilborough. I started off there. I got my right hand man, my best friend Snoops. He's the amateur coach there as well. So and he
Snoops. I like the sound of this guy. Bring him up.
He started off boxing with me as well. And he's still on the journey too. And I keep them close to my heart. Bilborough has a special place. If I was someone who could get tattoos and that, I'll put Bilborough across my neck. That's how much it means.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's really inspirational, though. Like it's good to see that. A good fighter has a good team around them, and that's always great to see. Now, here's a fun fact, and tell me if I'm wrong, but here's a fun fact that I found out. You are the only man to hold 5 regional amateur titles simultaneously.
Oh yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. That's me. Thank you. I appreciate that. It was a good accolade at the time. I can't lie, and it still is, I guess. But you see, since my horizons are so broad and where I want to go, it's like that was good for me and my confidence at the time as well. And since I was an amateur that didn't have any type of background in anything, any fighting experience at all, it was a big confidence boost. I was like, "What? I'm the man! Look, I got all these belts." And
mate, it was seriously strap season by the sounds of it.
Like that, like how AJ was holding the belts and that. So it was good for me for just in general, like the confidence boost. Like, yo, do you know what? I can do something here. I've done something that no one's done before. And them belts, they may not meant a lot of things to I guess like the GB boxers or whatever. But for me, from like coming from Nottingham, which is a small club, and any type of I guess amateur boxer with a little hope to get belts and whatever else and do what I'm beating these guys who on paper should be beating me. Like, it meant a lot to me at the time.
It's a great achievement. Don't let no one take that away from you. We've got Norbs11 saying, can you give us advice for an amateur boxer who wants to do well in boxing and win championships?
You
piece of advice to an amateur coming through.
I say you got to train hard, but you also you need to understand that this is a hard game, and you have to sacrifice. So be ready to do so. Everyone can train. I always say everyone can train, but you have to be willing to sacrifice. So if that's sacrificing, I don't know. For me, I was sacrificing my job. I was quitting jobs left, right, and center just to train full time for a bit. I'm not saying do something as drastic as that, but just know that there's levels to the sacrifice, and you'll reap the rewards if you sacrifice in the right way. Or your heart's in it. That's all.
Yeah.
I could say.
Yeah. Psalms 118.6.
Yeah.
Explain to me what that means, and to the people what that means, and what and how you relate to that.
You know what? It's a verse that it stays with me. When I first heard it, you hear scriptures all the time, and some of them, or I don't know, it depends on what type of walk of life you're in. But with me, I was going through my Bible study and etc. And that one stuck with me, man. There's another one where it's like, I can do all things that through Christ that strengthens me. That's an amazing one as well. It's probably my favorite.
So Psalms 118.6. What is that exactly for the people that don't know?
Again, do you know what? Since I'm so heavy in my Bible studies now, I've got so many in my head. What is it? But I can't even remember. What is it?
I think it's I think it is. I'm gonna get this now for us. I think it is. Hold on, let me just see if I can quickly find it. But yeah, I think it's something to do with the Lord carrying you through to success or something.
The Lord on my side. What can a man do unto me?
That
basically means.
What can a man do unto me if the Lord's there with me, or something like that?
And obviously that makes sense to me. It's relevant. Like when I'm going into battle, it's only a man in it. So it's like, what can you do to me?
Yeah,
anything to me, especially if I have the Lord on my side.
That's it. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Like I said, I'm so heavy in my Bible studies. I've got so many scriptures in my head that I'm trying to learn. It's a whole journey.
Oh man, yeah, that's a serious bit of scripturing. That's incredible.
Is that you can relate to life. There's a lot of scriptures that can relate to past situations, scenarios, and that one there just makes sense to me. What I'm doing with the career that I'm in, because that actually eliminates all type of doubt in my head. If I know that that Lord is on my side, like what can you do? What can you do to me? That is the question. What can you do to me if I have the most powerful entity on my side? So that's I step in the ring. I'm so confident, man, because I just know that God's plan is whatever happens in the ring, it's God's plan anyway. So it's cool.
Yeah, and it gives you that calm and composure. How many amateur fights did you have, and what was your amateur record?
I had 18 amateur fights, and that was I lost 3. So yeah, 115, lost 3. And I thought,
any robberies?
No, do you know what? I lost. I can put my hands up now and lost plain and fair. Like it wasn't a thing where I can even say, "Oh, I got robbed," and etc. Because when I lost against people, and also I lost it in venues that I kind of shouldn't have been there. First loss came when I was at the championships, and imagine with the championships you have to weigh in every so often, right? So when you get to the quarterfinals, there's quarterfinals, semi-finals, and finals, and you have to weigh in on each day. And I've been light heavyweight since the day that I started this. I haven't been any more, any less.
Yeah.
But I'm a big light heavyweight, as you probably can see. Yeah. So I was struggling to make 81 kg at the time. Yeah. And
with that chest.
With the chest bigger now, never mind. Like back then I was a bit slimmer, so it was a bit easier, but I wasn't disciplined. I was not as disciplined as I am now. So when I'm going to these championships, my post weigh-in meal, was a mutton dumpling. Now,
oh really?
A cold one, because we didn't have no microwave, so we couldn't even warm it up. So I'm having a cold mutton dumpling. That's a dumpling with mutton in it. It's the maddest combination you could think of for someone who's gonna go and have a fight. Yeah. So I'm eating that, and I was just jumping in the ring. I was just so tired. I was yawning. I can remember when I jumped in the ring, I was tired. I was yawning. I was fighting. I'm yawning. So you just know that something wasn't right, and I lost. I lost because I got outworked. by a guy called David Mosley. I always remember it because he gave me my first loss. And I was crying. I was in the change room. I was in bits.
Really?
My team was in bits as well. Because it's like, and that last game when I was 8-0. So as an amateur, I won 8 fights, and I thought I was the man. I thought I was the new Mayweather. I didn't think I was going to get touched.
Yeah.
Gravy. Then I lost. I'm thinking, what's happened? Like this wasn't meant to be on the scripts. I don't understand what's going on here.
Yeah.
And then yeah. So then I had to rebuild, rethink what I'm doing, and then we sort of like identifying things on why I'm struggling to weight and whatever. And then the second time, I had to go to a higher weight because I couldn't make that weight again. When I got into the higher weight, I'm fighting these guys who are much bigger than me, but I'm not that weight because I probably missed it by a fraction, like 0.5 kg or something, and I'm fighting these guys who are legit like 6 kg heavier than me. So losing that one, and then the third one, what was the third loss? I can't remember the third one.
Exactly. Forget about it. But
you don't want to talk anymore.
You know what I mean? Forget about that. Don't worry about it. What loss?
Innit? I don't know what.
But listen, you went into the pros, and then you've turned it. You've really turned it on. And the pros is a different game to the amateurs. You and I can be fighting. I can jab you 20 times, and you can hit me once and knock me down, and you win the round. So it's a completely different game. No more fencing. You got to sit down on your shots. You got to put some damage into your work. It's no longer pitty-pattery like the amateurs. And you can have less skill and you can win. You've just absolutely sailed through the pros, and I think your style is much more suited to the pros than it is the amateurs. My personal opinion. But I think it's much more. I think your style is much more suited to the pros because you hit hard with both hands. You've got that spite about you. You're a finisher, as your record suggests. And I think it's definitely looking much better as a pro than you did as an amateur. Would you agree on that?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I used to doubt myself as an amateur. I used to doubt if I even had power because I didn't imagine. I had 18 fights. I only stopped one guy. So I was thinking, well, what's going on? Obviously, like you said, it's a different type of game. I'm in there. I'm trying to hit and don't get hit. I'm trying to hit. Like I'm trying to score points.
So
I'm not actually in there to try to hurt you. I'm not trying to knock you out. I ain't trying to do any of that. I'm trying to just be active for the 3 rounds.
Yeah,
the question
exactly.
I'm looking at myself and I've got these big arms and whatever. I'm saying, so what? Why can't I knock people? Like, not making sense. Like this,
you got the chest.
Yeah,
you got the chest.
You know what I'm saying? I've got the chest. And I'm saying, well, I must be big for nothing. I must be. But then I started to find there's a different style to the professionals. You know what I'm saying? That is really the hurt game. Like when I go to hurt my opponent. So it's not about scoring points. It's about knocking bells at your opponent. So
just finish him off, man. But you've got a seek and destroy style, like I said at the start. You've got a seek and destroy style, so the pros suit you. Let me hammer through some of these questions because I don't want to miss some of these guys out. How do you balance strength and conditioning with your boxing sessions? Is it like 50-50 or
no? Boxing is the main thing. Boxing is the most important thing. See the S&C. The S&C is, you could call it, but let's say the ratio is 80-20 to boxing. And the essence comes with it. Because if you're doing everything right in the boxing, you're doing the sparring, which is the main thing, first of all. And then if you're just doing the bag work and whatever else, the technical work, you're going to get all your fitness and your cardiovascular and the ring fitness you need from that. Then the S&C is just to help spike up here and there. And if you lack strength, then you can work on your strength. You want some, you can add these things in. But again, that can after.
Bring it all together. Yeah.
A lot of people nowadays as well, since we've got so much technology and awareness and whatever else, everyone's all looking at the sports science side of things too much. It's good to have it, but I think they concentrate on that too much, and they think that's going to help you perform in the ring. Even you're in
do you know what? Some of the old school training though, where you see people with like with a hammer and they're hitting a tire. That's really old school training. The crunches, bag work. Really old school training. And then you go to the gym and you'll see these days some guy just on his phone, just with his feet pedaling away on the bike. You know what I mean? Like, I think the old school training, you can't knock it. I know everyone's very focused on heart rate and monitoring things and science. But sometimes just picking up an axe, a pickaxe, and slamming it down, or the medicine ball to the belly. That's all old school training. That the foundations of boxing is still quite around old school methods.
I believe so.
Sorry,
I was going to say there's a time and place for it all as well. Like for the old school, the traditional side of things would be your runs, like you said, the sit-ups, the crunches, the tire, all these things here. I would like to implement them in my game as well. Good. So, but then how far do you go with that? You know what I'm saying? But with me, boxing is what I do, so I'd rather focus on that more than add all that other stuff in when I can.
Yeah. We've got someone here saying, how long have you been with your gym? That's from Island Escape Services. How long have you been with your gym?
Well, I've been with Bilbrough Boxing Club since I started.
Since start, actually, he said that at the start. Sorry.
Since from I started, and I'm still with them now, but I university with Angel Fernandez, and that's been probably like nearly 4 months now, 4 or 5 months. Kind of recent, but it's going well, very well.
And what titles are you going to be aiming for next? I think the next question was.
I want the English title. Ricky Sommer kept the fight. We're trying to push for the English title.
Nice.
Because obviously we got boxing politics and whatever. I'm a fighter and I'm ready to fight for that belt right there. Any other title that's available, I'm down for as well. We got our eye on the WBC international title as well, held by Willie Hutchinson right now.
Yeah, that'd be a good fight, wouldn't it?
That'd be. I'd enjoy that fight for sure.
But let's not dilly dally around, right? The fight that we all want to see is Ben the Surgeon Whittaker. You and him in a massive venue, obviously massive papers in your pocket, of course. It's got to make sense. But that is a fight that people want to see. Are we going to see this fight?
You will, man. I feel like you will. There's no issues on my side. It never is. But remember, this guy, he's coming from a different type of cloth. You know what I'm saying? He's coming from a different type of background to me. He's on a different type of... he's not on a different level in terms of skill, but he's on a different type of bracket over there. So me personally, I'd say he's getting kind of bubble wrap right now. So he's kind of protected. He ain't going to be fighting people like me. And that's fine. But he can do his thing over there. I'm doing my thing. I'm climbing the ranks in the way that I need to. And I'd love to have a big fight with him, man. It's good to have a rival in this sport. And because he's got his own unique style as well. You can't really compare his style to anyone else's. And I'm the same as well. So in my head, I want to be the best. I'm going to be the best. So I've got to run through someone like that at some point. So it'd be good. We could link up in Saudi Arabia or something. That'd be great.
Yeah, I was just going to come on to that. I mean, let's being realistic. I'm a fight fan, but I'm realistic. You're with different promoters. You're completely in different paths. That fight's not happening anytime soon. Let's be realistic. But when that Saudi Muns comes calling, then that's when that fight could happen, because we'll see Eddie and we'll see Frank. and even the Saudis have got those boys working together.
Wow.
I mean, they've got so much money, they've got them working together.
Exactly that. As I'm saying, my money shouts in that instant. From what I've been hearing, how the deals will be getting made out there, you just got to be ready, man, because what's his name? His Excellency, if he wants that fight,
if he wants that fight, mate, you'll have to you'll jump in an Uber straight away, get you how to learn Arabic app, get straight on it, download it,
straight over there.
You're there.
We're getting it acclimatized and we're getting it cracking. So it's not like I joke about it, but it's a serious thing out there as well. But I see me, like, my journey, it's not about money, man. Like, I'm not into the money will come with whatever. It's cool. I just chase to be as good as the best I can, and I know that can be the strategies and like there's ways to go about it, who to fight at certain points, and for my development as well. Because you fight someone, and then you open the floodgates and you can't even the development time's done. Now you're fighting the top 20 in the world and whatever, and that's fine. Again, we're fighters. We'll do that if we have to. But there's also ways to go about getting to where you need to get to, because you're gonna have hard fights regardless. If you're a boxer and you want to go far in the sport, you're gonna have hard fights. So it doesn't matter on when you're gonna take them. You just want to be able to take them and be ready for them. So yeah, regardless of what other money's getting thrown at me, I need to make sure I make the right fights at the right time.
the bookies are going to have Ben Whittaker favourite against you, and they're going to think that he's going to be too quick, he's going to be too elusive, and his execution of his work is going to be too much for you. What's your response to the fans and to the people that think that?
I'll probably just laugh, to be fair. Like, that's no chance. You know what? He's a good boxer. I always say I will never take it away from him. He's a good boxer. But in my head, I can do everything that he does. Everything he can do, I can do better. So in my head, again, a lot of people, the people who know me will know how that fight would go and whatever else. I'm not saying I'll batter him or whatever. I know I'll win, but it's just, I know for a fact I'll win. It's just how we go about it. It'll be a very good fight because we'll both be probably trying to suss each other out. He is fast, but I'm fast too. Like, getting this stuff. I haven't come across someone who's as fast as me as a light heavyweight as of yet. So, and this guy, he's got good reactions. I've got good reactions too. So this is why it makes the fight so much more exciting, I guess.
You can both counter punch. You're both quite elusive. It's an interesting fight, a really interesting fight. Now listen, showboating. Whittaker loves showboating. How do you feel about showboating in boxing?
I think it's, if you can do it, then well done, man. It's people think it's disrespectful to their opponent, but people forget. Like, we go in the ring to risk our lives, like the gladiators. Like, we go risk our lives. So if you can make it as entertaining as possible, or if you can enjoy it and have fun with it, and if that goes in the way of showboating, let the person be, man. Because if not, then you could be tense and you could make a mistake. But if you're relaxed, when you're relaxed, that's when the best flow comes out. So if you're relaxed and that's the showboating, cool. But the only thing I don't really, I wouldn't say agree or stand for in the sense, but what I don't really check for is that you're doing it against people that's not really giving you that much of a, I guess, fight.
You're doing it at a lower level,
If you can do it against people like myself, hey, I'll take my hat off to you, man. You're cold. But you're not gonna, you're not gonna be able to do that, and you're not gonna want to do that because you're gonna be in there with someone like myself, and it's gonna be hell. So you're not gonna be able to dance around. You may get caught in your chin and dance, but that's not going to be off your own accord because you got licked too hard.
What do you think about trash talking? I mean, the way I see it, by the way, I see it with your prize fighters. So you go and get those prizes, and if it means that you're entertainers, so entertain. But what do you think about trash talking?
It's good, man. It's good for the sport. Anything that would add more eyes onto the boxing, onto the fight is great. Like, for instance, a prime example, Jerome Miller. He came from a bad, I guess, layoff when whatever cheating and whatever, and he came through and he talked it up so much. And people were wanting to tune in to see him fight. That you know what I'm saying? So that it was good on its own.
Do you ever try to get into your opponent's heads, or are you very sort of quite humble when you're around them in the pre-fight build-up?
Oh no, I'm cool, man. I'm a cool guy. I'm serious though. Like, don't try to chat to me. We're gonna fight. I'm not into that. We're friends because we're not.
So you never sort of say to a guy, look, I'm gonna bad you up on Saturday night. You know what I mean? And get in his grill and make it uncomfortable for him and try and win the fight before the first bell. You never try that.
No, because given by my aura and what I'm about, you should already know that. You probably thought that many a time that, yo, this guy is gonna bad me up. So I haven't on that because you probably understand, like, yo, what you're up against. In my head, that's how I see it as.
Check this out. Check this out, Ezra. Right? This is why, because I actually think you look pretty scary here, man. Look at this, right? Now, you look like you're up for it, man. And I think you're winning the psychological battle here. You're in, you put your hands behind your back, but this guy, look at him. He looks like he looks like he wants to be in a different postcode. You know what I mean? So, someone get him an Uber. You know what I mean?
Get him out of it.
Yeah, get him out. Look, you've got your eyes on him. He's gone already. You know. He's gone already. You know, and there is that psychological side to it. You know,
100%. When you look into a man's eyes that you're about to fight the next day, it's a serious thing, man. Some people there and then, like, you look so deep into your eyes, you can see your soul, and then you can see what you're really up against, man. And I don't know what they see in my eyes. I just know what I got in my head. So it's like, it must relate. You must look into my eyes like, yo, this guy, and that guy got stopped in 2 rounds.
Yeah, he did. And I tell you know what, the fight I like of yours the most, and again, it's just my opinion. It was I'm terrible with some of these names when you get these Eastern Europeans, but I think it was Vasilev.
Oh yeah.
That was one of my favourite fights of yours. I thought you boxed really, really smooth that
Thank
day.
you.
Can you remember that performance?
Yeah. That was.
It was lovely. It was absolutely lovely. Your footwork was on point. Your range control was fantastic. The jab to the body was coming out willy nilly.
Yeah. It was there, man.
I love that performance. But I also loved the 1 second. You won a fight against. I think it was your last fight, wasn't it? Against Joel McIntyre.
Yeah,
I'm going to show this because it deserves some airtime. But you basically finished this guy with 1 second left of the whole entire fight. It deserves airtime. So I'm going to quickly play this now.
Sorry.
Hold on. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I know I'll play it.
So,
look at this. I mean, I'm going to try and zoom right in because you need to hear the power on these shots to really appreciate it. You've got to hear the power on these shots to really appreciate it. So let's go. Here you go. Listen to this.
Boom.
Oh, mate. And there's that chest.
Yeah, chest.
There's that chest. And there's that back. There's that chest and there's that back. Yes, I mean, you can hear those shots ringside. It was brutal, a really brutal performance. 1 second left of the fight, and you've done it. So listen, I'm conscious of your time, so I've got a couple more questions I want to ask. How many times can we expect to see you out this year?
So we're looking at March, 16th of March, with Joe Joyce is fighting. I'm fighting in Birmingham. NEC Arena. It hasn't been announced as of yet, but that's what we're looking for. That's what we're gearing up towards.
Oh, you've just announced it, though. That's lovely.
I don't know what's going on over there, but I'm just letting you know that, March the 16th of March, the NEC Arena, be on the Joe Joyce card. He'll be fighting Cash Ali. I'll be on that card.
Beautiful. Next time you're fighting in London, I'm going to tap you up some tickets.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I have to see you fight live. Now, after I've been studying you, and I'd love to come to one of your fights. Next time you're in London, I'd love to tap you up for some tickets for sure. Oh, I'd love that. I'd absolutely love that. And then, who's your current favourite fighter right now? Doesn't need to be your division.
Inoue.
Oh yeah, man, that guy's
he's
serious.
A boy fighter.
He's disgracing people in a minute, isn't he?
The way he's just rolling people over is crazy, and he's that unified, and he's done it in like 2 to 3. I don't know how many ways he's doing stuff that's unheard of, but obviously he's a bit lighter, so he doesn't get the recognition that he deserves. But he's a real technician, and he's got power in his hands, obviously. So no way, he's flying my flag right now. He's the one I like to watch and think, yo, this guy's different. But there's a lot of others as well. Jay Opatayo, I can't lie.
He's a good watch. Yeah,
starting to become one of my favorites right now because I like how
he's division above you, isn't he?
Yeah, he's cruiserweight, but I like how he steps, man. How his mindset as well. Like I can relate to it, and he's no nonsense.
Fighting regularly as well.
Exactly.
Have his third fight in like 5 months or something.
Rematch against Breedis.
Serious. Serious. Yeah, that's quality. Have you ever been dropped?
Have I ever been dropped? I've never been dropped as such. I've been hit, on the back of my head, and I've wobbled, and I've had to sit down. But it's got a class that I was getting dropped them. I
thought you'd like that question though.
And I've dropped. Never in my life.
Nah, exactly. Let's go with that. Who's your hardest sparring partner?
Hardest sparring partner. Right. Richard Riakfor and Fraser Clark.
Oh, yeah.
Them two are wild. It's a lot. It's a lot. Them two. But they're my stable mates as well. So, obviously, we go at it all the time. But they are the hardest ones. You got to switch on with that, man. Because you can get switched off quick. You know what I'm saying?
They're strong boys, man. I think Riakfor might actually have a better chest than you.
You know what? He's built different too. I'm built different as well as. So
he is. Yeah, he's just muscle and muscle. That guy.
exactly.
Yeah, he's from. I'm near Crystal Palace, where he's
Yeah,
from as well. So,
that's exactly.
yeah, not far from
Yeah.
round here. So yeah, listen. Have you got a message for your division?
Boy, you better keep working hard, man, because I'm coming. That's all I can really say. I'm working hard. I haven't even got my eyes on anyone specific in the division. I used to start looking at people and say, yeah, I want to be like them, or I want to fight them, but I'm going to compete with myself, and that's a dangerous thing to be, because it's I'm only going to get better, and I'm getting better behind closed doors. And 16th of March, you'll see. And then, yeah, man, as fights go on, I'm going to be a force to be reckoned with for sure.
Yeah, I would already say you are, my friend. I would already say you are. And listen, as I think I speak for all fans, we are all excited to see your journey unfold. We can't wait to see you next out again. Next time I sit here, you're anywhere near me, I'm going to be there. I'm going to buy a ticket off you and get my ass there, because I want to see that. But I'd love to see you also, get out to Saudi and get the recognition that you deserve. But, like you said, you keep working hard and it'll all come.
No doubt.
So have you got just a final message for the fans? I'm conscious of your time and I'm really grateful that you've managed to jump on today. But have you got a final message for supporters like myself?
Thank you for your time, for even giving me the platform to, speak on my boxing journey. I appreciate that. And you supporting and following me from way back clearly.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's a pleasure to get you on.
I appreciate that. And then everyone else who's tuned in as well to support the gunman and the cannon. I appreciate
the gunman and the cannon, the most dangerous instalive in the history of boxing.
Dangerous. You don't want to step to us with this instalive thing, right?
Mate. Yeah, the gunman and the cannon.
Thank you to all the supporters, the people tapping in, the people tuning in from when I'm next fighting, on my socials, everything else. Support's always appreciated. And then if you don't support me now, watch me on the 16th of March. I promise you will after that.
Yeah, no. Well, listen, I think it's great that you can jump on platforms like this, share your journey. If you're not following this guy, make sure you are following this guy. He's the real deal. He really is going to be bringing great entertainment to British boxing in the next few years. So you make sure you follow his journey. We'd love to get you on as well again, Ez, before some of your big fights. Yeah. So I wish you the absolute best of luck. Thanks again for sharing your time with the fans and giving us a bit more of an insight into you. You're a brilliant guy, a brilliant fighter. And have a great evening.
You too, man. Take care, man. Have a blessed week.
Take it easy, mate. Brilliant.